the shelter. And Jay was here, and he had a few things to say. And I told everyone that you were here on campus after the shelter. Did you want to say anything further to these wonderful people?
Those who don't know, HART program is the straight from God program. It is. It changed my life completely. I have friends. I have faith. I have hope, and it's all because of this program. The winter, if it wouldn't have been for that, I don't know where Lawrence and I would have ended up. And I'm so grateful. So those of you who don't know anything about it, trust me when I say, and it's been 2 years I've been doing it. So I have a lot of people that really super care. It's not fake. Everything is true. It's love. I'm there for you, and if I'm not, I'll find somebody for you. So, I mean, it's a no-fail thing. It is. It is. I'm so different after the 2 years.
And the AA meeting.
My daughter's here. She doesn't drink at all. And the only time I've ever drank is when we did karaoke. So I haven't drank at all for the whole, yeah, not at all. And I was like,
Well, have a seat.
and I didn't recognize anybody. I was like,
Now you do. Thank you, Joe. I hope I didn't embarrass.
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
So proud.
Yes, yes. Slide back here. Oh. Okay, the Alliance for the Unhoused, as I say, is an umbrella organization. Powerhouse Ministries still does Powerhouse Ministries. But it became very clear that Jake's Journey Home, another organization, does a lot of immediate outreach. They are Feed the Fellas, Has Help is also part of this organization. They are out meeting with people in the camps, out in the wilderness, trying to meet immediate needs, medical help. That is where they go treatment. They can get somebody to a drug treatment program, they take off and they go with it. What it became very clear is that no one is doing housing except HART. No one is doing shelter except HART. And the wraparound services that go with that. The coaching, I'm not saying mentoring anymore, I'm saying coaching, new words. But the clothing we can provide for jobs, for emergencies, hotel rooms that we can support in emergency situations where some of the others aren't really set up to do that. So as we continue to reach out to the community, continue to make progress, they know to come to me if they've got something that we volunteers can help with. Transportation. We have a larger volunteer base than most of the other groups, so we're going to be calling on people to make available trips to medical appointments or to a treatment center. So wherever, and as we continue to talk, there may be a volunteer coordinator that gets involved. And if you're not quite sure where in the community you should land, perhaps that's the person you talk with that says, oh, you want to do winter shelter? Well, here's HART's number, here's their website. You want to come out on Thursday night and help feed the fellas? Here's the phone number for that person. So we will try to make better use of all of our resources. And we may end up moving things around, but at the moment, just fledgling, just starting. So, but it hopefully will make a more efficient use of everyone's resources. Anything else I can?
So this isn't run by the county or?
No, but that's a great segue. Thank you so much. County, city. For the very first time, this combined group of volunteers went to City Hall and said, we need you guys to get some skin in the game. And they said, well, we're spending $800,000 already on homelessness.
Where?
What? So we got a spreadsheet. I don't agree with it, but it's what we were given, it's what is out there. The cost of the police department, the cost of code enforcement, the cost of camp cleaning up that contractor. These are costs, as I said to them, for managing homelessness. You're doing a great job of managing it in the city, in the parks and such. We want to alleviate it. We want to say that this just won't stand. We want to offer resources. Not everybody will take advantage, just like I don't go to Weight Watchers. It's there. I don't go. But it's there if I wanted to. The same thing with this segment of our community. We have a wonderful resource center for seniors. We have parks for recreation, athletic fields for youth and for adults. We are hitting the mark most places, but we feel that the city's response to homelessness is lacking in the portion of reducing it. So for the first time ever, and kudos to our city council, we have a line item in the budget separate from all the departmental stuff for homelessness, $25,000. Now, that's not going to cure homelessness, but it's the first time. It's the first time that that has been on there, and they're attempting to decide how to spend it. So I'm not going to begrudge, my foot in the door, nor the people who took out of their time to go and to speak and to put some pressure on to make that happen. I will also tell you that one of our clients, Mark Jennings, died a couple of weeks ago. Very sudden and very surprising. It just knocked the breath out of a lot of us. Two things. First of all, the city council on a week ago, not last Tuesday night, the Tuesday night before that, adjourned their meeting in memory of Mark. That has never happened, where they have held up a member of this community and their importance here in Folsom. If you knew Mark, he was at the shelter 2 years ago. Dave Coburn was his mentor, and we had continued to mentor him. Is on March 25th at 5:30 in Lions Park. There will be a memorial service for him. You are all invited. It's public, yes.
I believe you may have said March 25th.
I did. It's
Yeah.
June 25th. Thank you. Thank you.
A long way away.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a long time. June 25th.
Wait, Judy, which park is that again? Sorry.
Lions Park is where the Thursday night and Saturday night food is, and this is a Friday night. So Pastor Sharon from Reflection Church is going to be organizing that. And so if you would like to attend, please feel free to do so, or to let others know who knew Mark. Okay.
What time is it?
5:30? Okay, moving on. Bidwell Suites. Bidwell Suites is the old Folsom Motel on Bidwell. You may have been driving by it and seen that it's being completely reconstructed. It is a project of the Harani Foundation locally here. It is being made into studio apartments. Hope Cooperative will be managing 20 of those apartments. and HART will be managing 4 of them for transitional housing. A mother, we can change out beds so a mother and child could be in one of those units. CRETA is heading up the task force to interview and select who would be good for those units. And transition housing, people moving up and people needing support and people moving on with whatever their goals are. That would be up to it. So it's only 4 units. And we got 3 beds back here. So that's 7. That's 700% more than we had a year ago. So we're not. But the occupancy permits have not been given out. There have been lots of construction problems, issues in electricity, etc. So we're hoping soon. It was supposed to be done in April.
Judy,
Yes.
because that building's over 70 years old. Some of those wires are over 70 years old.
Oh, I'm sure they're all out now. I'm sure it's been completely, there was a transformer issue, there's some piping issues, anyway. But that's what we're going forward. Now, the cost of those units is market rate. A little over $1,000 a month per unit. Now, if under low-income housing, it's possible that whoever the people are there could contribute a little bit, up to 30% of their income. I don't expect that to be large amounts of money. But we are committed to doing that as an organization. So, there's a spot up here someplace that says fundraising. We're going to need money. We are going to need money, no question about it. The HART budget this year is $100,000. Those 4 units are $52,000. Big Day of Giving, we raised $23,000. So we're on our way. But this is no kidding. We got to go here if we want this to succeed. And as Ken was saying, if we can show success, we are an affluent community. There's no reason why we can't pull the city in for more support and for more opportunities as we go forward. So that is our commitment as a board, is to fill those 4 units and provide the people with coaches and for wraparound services as they need, and we'll get them moving forward quicker than they already are. Questions? Yes, sir.
So with working with the city, does that put any constraints on the organization, like philosophically, or fundamentally? Are there
No.
any ways that, can you be faith-based and still be able to coach people from that perspective, or does it have to be intermixed with,
First of all, so far we're not working with the city.
okay.
The city got a grant that supported the Bidwell Suites. The grant came from HUD money to Hope Cooperative, which is a housing first model, and they are placing, the county is interviewing people for those 20 units, and they will be for permanent housing for severely mentally disabled persons in Sacramento County. We have pushed and pulled as much as we possibly can to get as many people from Folsom in there that we possibly can. I'm still not sure what the count is on that. But the HART units will be strictly HART with the property manager. The 25,000, we don't know what they're going to decide to do with that yet. I gave them some suggestions, but I don't know what they're going to do. So if the city were to become involved with our 4 units, either through budget money or the Federal Relief Act dollars that are coming to the city, we don't believe there's going to be any problems because HART is not incorporated as a religious organization. It's a 501c3, but not a religious nonprofit. So there's no complications there. So we don't know of anything that's going to be a problem should they support us. And we will be asking for that, by the way.
Can I ask one other question?
Yeah.
The coaching method that you use, like what is the criteria of the courses? What's it based on?
It is not a certified program at the moment. It is very informal. We have Dave Coburn here who has put together some, that has a long history with coaching and has led us. Dave's going to be stepping away from that. We're going to make some changes and we're going to see what works. This is kind of a new area for us. So we're going to need some help. So if there's expertise in the room and suggestions, etc., stop. One of our speakers who's supposed to be here.
Is there a sign up for people who would be interested in that mentoring program?
Yeah, it's here. It's called coaching. It's on one of these
Cool.
things. Here. Yes.
And then one other question
Yeah.
on the 4 units there and then the beds on site here. Transitional, so how long is somebody able to stay or how do you discuss that?
The program agreement is 3 to 6 months and it can be extended. We had a fellow here who was doing great, ready to go out, and couldn't find an apartment. Had a previous bad credit history and it was very difficult, even though he had a great job now, perfectly responsible. So it took some extra time to make that happen.
So 3 to 6
Yes.
months, but can be extended to
Yes,
whatever
yes,
you need. Okay.
yeah. Anybody else? And I'll let you know as soon as everything gets signed and done, yeah.
How much money is the city and the county getting for homelessness?
Well, they haven't, I don't know the answer. How much money is the city getting through county and federal funds? I don't know. I know there is some county money that comes in as part of grants that the county distributes to each city and unincorporated area, but I don't know what that number is. It is, yeah. And what is coming in, builders have to have so many low-income units, apartment complexes and such that are being used, and some of that money is going towards that. I heard a quote of $70,000 a door coming back in to provide that.
Yeah, but Judy, that's in mixed, yeah,
Mixed housing, yeah, market rate and low income.
yeah, which is,
2 units per whatever. Yeah, it gets murky. It's difficult and, we all just have to have our smiling faces on and our best attitudes because it's difficult for the city staff as well. They are operating on a shoestring. It's stressful, but we can manage to do it for all other participants in the community. So we just want to make sure that those that we care about are given an equal footing. So any information you guys have that can help us understand, poor Elaine, our city manager, we all text her with questions and wanting information. So she's very gracious about it. Steve?
The county distributes just over 20 million of federal money every year through the continuum of care to run different programs scattered around the county.
Health program?
Housing. Housing, shelters.
So-
There's-
I was driving down Wales the other day and there's Women and Child Center, something over there?
It's Our House Ministries.
Oh, okay.
Brand new 40-person,
Oh, it's that big?
yeah, women and children,
Oh,
occupancy 40 for their program. It's fabulous. The prior, I think, was 13 was how many they housed. Yeah. Huge,
Yeah,
huge
it's
partner.
portables. Yeah, they were portables before, now they have beautiful.
the little houses here.
They're great. Okay, I want to keep moving right up. Oh, I said 8 o'clock, Terry. It is right at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have Terry Wegemer come up here, and Rodney, her husband. And just they want to give you a quick snippet of information about Celebrate Recovery and the event they're going to have here in Folsom. And you might want to alert some of your friends about it.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, you're getting
Really, I mean, we're looking through all, because we are old Oak Hillians. We've been here, we've known Judy for decades. We've worked together a lot, and we were looking through all the main building, looking for, you guys, and we're like, here, we're like, wow, there's a lot of
Looking for like a
people.
small crowd. This is great.
This is
So did
great.
you go to the AA meeting too?
Oh,
You
my
had somebody
God.
else?
Yeah, I walked by.
We're Celebrate Recovery.
I
We're used to
am
AA meetings.
Yeah, I
So anyway, we're just gonna talk a little bit about Celebrate Recovery, no more than like 5 or 10 minutes.
How many people know that there's a Celebrate Recovery here in Folsom? Few of you? Yeah.
5 of you. How many know what Celebrate Recovery is? Oh, not just as many. Well, welcome.
Welcome, yeah.
What is Celebrate Recovery?
We started Celebrate Recovery here in Folsom back in September in the middle of COVID. Yes, we were mental health, under the umbrella of mental health. And people said, what are you doing? And we're saying, we need to start this. People in COVID need help. We've been told by counselors, thank you, thank you, thank you. They are so booked right now, and there's so many people out there just in distress. Homeless people, we get them on our campus. We get other people that are holding down jobs, but they're thinking of suicide. They're thinking of, they're having all this anxiety and stress of coming back into society. And our campus kind of helps them. We have,
So if you're wondering even what is Celebrate Recovery, to start, notice Terry and I don't practice this stuff.
we don't practice, no.
Celebrate Recovery is a Christ-centered recovery program.
Yep.
So you've heard of AA, and you've heard of NA and stuff like that. We're a Christian-based recovery program, one of 39,000 chapters of Celebrate Recovery in the country. We're lucky to have one in Folsom. There's all over in the Sacramento area, but like we said, it's Christ-centered recovery. So first thing is, we proclaim who our higher power is, right? It's Jesus Christ.
Right.
And we're not bashful about that, and so that permeates a whole bunch of the program. And then it's a recovery program. So you're saying recovery from what, right? We bill it as recovery from your hurts, hang-ups, and habits. Alcohol and drugs are the main thing or a thing, but only about 1/3 of the people that come to Celebrate Recovery Folsom come for drugs or alcohol problems. It's any other kind of hurt, hang-up or hang-up. It could be anxiety, it could be eating, it could be toxic relationships, it could be
Childhood trauma. It could be overspending, underspending. It could be, like he said, overeating, undereating. It could be, I suffer from codependency. I like to fix things so people don't have to go through their consequences. You might say, well, that sounds really great. The problem of it is if people don't go through their consequences, they keep doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same result. So, and that's what I did with him for years, is I kept covering things up and protecting him and protecting my family and stuff, until God one day said, we're going to strip everything from you. I was actually homeless for about 3 months, 6 years ago, living out of our car, because I had learned through Celebrate Recovery how to set boundaries, and then God had to teach me how to keep those boundaries, which was difficult. It was difficult. But you know what? It was a good thing, because God stripped me down to build me back up in His image and to be reliant on Him. And that's where we came with the Celebrate Recovery, and we kind of started the Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah, I've been in recovery for about 12, 13 years for drugs and alcohol. And Celebrate Recovery, saved my life and saved our marriage probably more than once.
Yep.
So anyway, what we do is it's a program, it's a recovery-based program. It starts out, there's multiple components. We have some handouts we'll leave on your table. We're not going to give you a whole lesson on Celebrate Recovery because it will take too long. But we have large groups which are happening right now at the Bayside Folsom campus, and there's about 150 people that are showing up on Tuesday nights.
Every week.
But
it starts with a large group where we have worship. It's like a church service for those of you that have been to church service. But worship, either lessons or testimonies. Then we break on into groups. Men's groups, women's groups, recovery issue specific, right? So we've got women's groups for relationship issues. We have men's groups for chemical dependency, groups for anger, all that kind of stuff where people get together and work on their issues and they realize they're not alone. Meets 52 weeks a year. We also have these things called step studies that are more the year-long dive in, work on your issues. Everyone is welcome. As we said, we also have, which is super cool now, we've got Celebrate Recovery for Adults. And all this is on Tuesday night at the campus. By the way, it's not a Bayside thing. It's a Folsom thing, just like you guys are around.
We meet at the Bayside Folsom campus because they have the campus availability that they give us the whole campus every Tuesday night. No other groups meet for confidentiality, for safety of everybody that attends our Celebrate Recovery. So yes, we meet on the Bayside campus.
And it's not a program you sign up for, it's you kind of come and go. And I think tonight we had 8 new people because we have a newcomers class that we offer there. So anyway, but we have Celebrate Recovery for Adults. We have a thing called the Landing for middle school and high schoolers. Who thinks that middle schoolers and high schoolers could use some recovery? Who wishes we would have had recovery? We routinely get 15 or 20 kids coming and working on their issues at a recovery program targeted at their age.
For middle school and high school. Also, on the recovery program for the middle school and high schoolers, they get to work on things that they can't talk about in a church youth group, or they can't talk about at school, or whatever their struggles is. There's a safe environment that, we've had somebody say, I've had a great week because I haven't cut myself. I've had a great week because I haven't had sex. They can talk about it, it can come out, and we have a Christ-centered program of teaching them how to deal with these feelings and what their feelings are.
So we have some for adults, for moms and dads. We have something for middle school and high schoolers. We have a thing called Celebration Place for kids, age 5 and up. So your family can all come on campus. The kids can go to their place. The students can go to their place. Adults can go to their place. The Celebration Place is kids ages 5 and up right now. Once again, recovery stuff targeted at their age because even kids are dealing with some stuff, especially if mom and dad are dealing with some stuff. And then we also have launched we call it Celebrate Together, but for couples. So we have a group of that couples can get together and work on recovery in their marriage.
And working in these groups that we're talking about, there's guidelines in place. There's 5 strict guidelines, and everybody has to adhere to those guidelines or they're asked not to come back. And guidelines are we're focusing on ourselves and not focusing on other people. But you go through those guidelines, that's part of our 101. But yeah, it's
confidential.
It's confidential. It makes it a safe place. What's shared in the group just stays in the group. So nobody's trying to fix anybody, but at least you get that stuff out. You get to talk about it instead of keep stuffing it.
The groups are facilitated by people that have been through the program. Leaders, right? It's not professionals, it's just all of us, because we all have hurts, habits, and hang-ups. Some of us just care to admit it and work on it. Some of us aren't ready to do that yet. So that's kind of what Celebrate Recovery is. We'll release some material, but we meet every Tuesday at the Bayside Folsom campus. From 6:30 till 8:30. So the first hour, like I said, it's like a church service. Second hour is groups. Then we stick around for desserts. That's why we're kind of in a rush because we stepped out of there to come here.
And it's a family thing. So once you step through the door the first time, you're part of our family. And our volunteers, our leaders, and the people that are regular attenders, they bring you in as part of our family. We bring you in as an insider. You're no longer that outsider just trying to make it through.
Because recovery was never meant to be done.
Never meant.
And as we said, we're getting, we've been going since September 1st, we're getting about 120 to 150 people showing up every Tuesday night and growing, which is cool. It's cool because we're able to help so many people. It's, it's sad because there's that many people. I mean, like I said, the whole community can benefit from this as well. So we wanted to share that with you as a resource for not just the people you deal with and your clients, because I think there's a big crossover, but maybe even for some of you. And some of your friends and all of that. So we'll have some material out there. I didn't realize the group was this big. We'll get more to Judy that we can have on your table for more. But like I said, we've got handout cards. The other cool thing that's happening is a week from tonight. Good timing. What's happening a week from tonight?
We are taking Celebrate Recovery to the community, to Sutter Street, the outdoor amphitheater. We're going to have a night of music and a message of hope, letting people know, taking off the mask. You can take off the full mask, not just the mask that was binding you from talking and stuff, but the full mask. And we're just gonna have a night of just worship, of being outside. We're gonna have a message of hope that, just kind of gives people that regeneration of getting back into society. And we're gonna talk a little more about Celebrate Recovery and what is there. But we're trying to bring it to the community. We also want to, which we were talking to Judy about, is bring these organizations like HART, Powerhouse Ministries, we also partner with them, Twin Lakes Food Bank, and any other organization you guys know about. They could come, bring a table, bring your materials, let the community know that you are here for them, you are here to help them. And we're all free-based. I mean, we're free, you guys are free, we're all here to help the community heal, because this has been a really tough year and a half, I have to tell you. We get calls all the time, Rodney and I do.
So once again, next Tuesday, 6:30 till 8 o'clock at the Folsom Amphitheater. You guys know, so you probably know where that is. If you don't,
Bring a chair.
go to Sutter Street. But we've invited the whole community, we've invited other Celebrate Recoveries, and it's a night, we say, a night of worship and
A night of music,
worship.
Uh,
Message of hope.
message of hope, yeah.
And we have some handouts that we'll put on your
Yeah,
table.
we have those,
afterwards.
we have some of those too.
And if any of you are available next Tuesday night, take a table, and I've got heart signs and flyers, and be a presence there. Come see me, and we can get it set up.
And we'll work with Judy to get more material, especially, because I was looking at some of your tables out there about, street cards or whatever, getting Celebrate Recovery listed there as well. We will start offering after this month dinner to start with. So, there might be some people that just need a free dinner.
Yeah.
We'll feed you.
We'll feed 'em.
And then we'll go through Celebrate Recovery, so.
And we've gone through almost 500 of these cards, just so you know, so we're expecting a crowd out there. So if you guys want to get the word out, get the word out. I mean, we are here for the community, and that's what Celebrate Recovery is all about. So, yeah. Can I pray for this ministry? Sure. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, thank you so much for the HART ministry and just the people in this room. Holy Spirit, I was just overwhelmed when I walked in this room of how many people are just wanting to help the homeless, wanting to help the less fortunate. And I just pray that you bless every person that walks out of this room today, that they will be a testimony for those that are out there, that those that need help, that they can give the resources to the people of this program. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thanks, Mary. Of course. Because people may leave without coming up here.
Okay, it's nice seeing you
All right,
guys.
we gotta get back. See you on Tuesday.
Okay, and
Set it up there.
so now I'm going to bring up Susan Goodman here. A little bit out of my order, but that's okay. Susan has been a great friend of HART, and we got to know each other a couple of years ago. And she has some personal history with mental illness and family and Laura's law. So, go for it, girlfriend.
Have most of you heard of Laura's Law?
Can you hear her in the back?
Barely. Okay, how about now?
Good.
Okay. Laura's Law was just finally passed by our County Board of Supervisors. Its official name is AOT, Assisted Outpatient Treatment. And it's geared towards some potential clients that you have come your way.